Hi, my name is Steve Rowe and I'm the Bright Days Activities Officer working for Age UK Wigan Borough. I absolutely love my job and the reason is I get to meet lots of interesting people, and of course, interesting people always have an interesting story to tell. At one of the activities I met Brian and Barbara MacDonald. Barbara told me that Brian had recently received a medal. When I found out the reason why he had received a medal, I was a little shocked and surprised. This is the British Nuclear Testing Programme, Christmas Island, The Life of Brian. Good morning, Brian. It's nice to see you once again here at Soup and Sandwich. I know you come every single week and we love having you here. So do you enjoy coming to the Soup and Sandwich?
Well, we do.
You do?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay, let's get down to business. So you have a story to share today. And actually your wife Barbara mentioned it to me that you'd received a medal.
Yeah.
And then when I had a further chat with you all, the reason why you'd received a medal, I was a bit shocked and surprised. I mean, I'm 62 and I hadn't heard of this testing programme. So we're going to talk about that today, and I'm sure a lot of people don't know about the programme either. Okay, so we'll start off at the beginning. So can you tell me please, where exactly did the testing take place?
On Christmas Island, which is now called Kiribati Island. There are a number of islands in that area that come under the jurisdiction of Kiribati. And that's about it, really.
Okay, and can you tell me how old you were when you got deployed to Christmas Island?
I was 21 when because I was exempt from going in at 18 because I was an apprentice engineer.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. And an interesting question, I think, is did you actually know the reason why you've been deployed to Christmas Island?
No, not at first.
You didn't know?
It was just like you've no choice, you know what I mean? I was in the army at that time, and I went to Germany first, and then the regiment came back to Ripon, and then we went off to Christmas Island, one Sunday morning, and I think it was the 29th of December that we went on.
Oh, so around Christmas time then?
Yeah, but just before Christmas, So we were away and we sailed to Christmas Island on the cruise ship called the Danira. And it took us about 6 or 7 weeks to get there.
Wow.
Yeah, we went through the Panama Canal.
All
And
right.
I was a barber on board the ship.
Oh, you was?
Yeah. Yeah, and so lads that were on, more than likely I gave them an haircut.
That's great. Will you do mine later?
Yeah.
Thank you. So you didn't know the reason why. How long had you been actually on the island before you realised what was happening?
Well, I think we sort of realised very early days what was happening, we hadn't been there very many days when they let the first bomb off.
Really?
I moved all over the island, but at one time I was down at the port of London on the island, and that's when I saw the first bomb.
Yeah. Wow. And what was it like when they set the bombs off?
Not very nice. The lads were all shouting "ban the bomb,"
Yeah.
Which is what they usually do, when but it was just one of those things, you've no choice but to take part, and that's it.
And what did you actually see? In fact, did you have any protection for your eyes? No protection?
No.
Oh, wow.
And the only thing we were told to do was to put the part of your hand in your eye, on your eyes. stop the flash, you know.
Yeah. And did it stop the flash?
No.
I didn't think so.
No, you could see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the noise?
The noise it was something else.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And you know, when they set the bombs off, they sent planes into the fireball, you know, to take the readings, I suppose, of what was going on. And they reckoned that it rained at 42,000 feet.
Wow. That's unbelievable, eh?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. The lads in the plane said that it rained at 42,000 feet, which there's no clouds up there.
No. So it was definitely a reaction from the bomber.
The bomb,
yeah. That's incredible.
Yeah.
You were part of the Royal Engineers. What was your actual job in the Royal Engineers?
I was an engine fitter.
Yeah.
When we looked after the generators that supplied all the electric all over the island, so we had to work at different points, different.
Oh, I see.
There was X-site, which was which guided the planes in. It was the planes couldn't come in unless they were guided in, because the island was so small they could miss the island.
Oh, really?
So they had to do radar to guide the planes in. That's what I was after. And they guided the planes in, and we had an airfield, needless to say, which we built. And we started building the roads as well while I was there. And like, as I say, my job was to service the engines that drove the generators. You know, and they were 8 cylinders jobs, and quite big. To supply the electric eventually, we built a big power station on the island.
You built a power station?
Well, we didn't build it. I didn't build it, but we did. You know, the lads did.
Oh, wow.
And they made the roads as well, you know. There was no roads there when we got there.
Yeah. So it sounds like Christmas Island was a pretty busy place to be at.
Well, it was, yeah. There was a lot of lads there, you know, at that time. I don't know how many. A regiment is 1,000 men. So 1,000 men were on the ship, I would think. And then there was people there when we got there, and they'd also, I think they more or less did preparations for the bombs.
So Brian, can you tell me what the actual bombs were being used for the testing?
Yeah, they were hydrogen bombs.
Hydrogen?
Well, we saw 2 atomic bombs. They flew those on barrage balloons. They were just suspended, and of course they could let them go as high as they wanted. We saw 2 atom bombs and 3 hydrogen bombs.
So I believe that the bombs, they were released by some planes. Can you tell me a bit more about the planes that were used?
Yeah, the Valiant was the one that dropped the bomb. And it went in sort of we could see the plane as it was flying, you know, on its travels. And it did like a circuit, if you like, and then the bomb was dropped at what they termed as ground zero, which was, as far as we know, you know, not a million miles off us or anything like that. And probably people all over the world were in more fallout, if you like, than what we were. We don't know. We don't know, you know, wind direction and all this came into play, I suppose, regarding.
And something I only just thought of actually is apart from the army being based there to do the testing, were people actually living on the island?
No, there was nobody lived on the island, but we had the Gilbert and Ellis people, and they worked there, and they could come for approximately 3 years. and they did all the menial jobs around around Christmas Island, you know. And a couple of them I knew reasonably well, you know, a couple of the lads. And they were really nice people, you know, from the Gilbert and Ellis Islands. And we had the Fijian Army with us as well.
Oh.
And they'd been in Australia before. And then they came to Christmas Island, you know, to help during the test. And they were really nice people.
So Brian, finally, the people that took part in the testing have got some kind of recognition for taking part in this programme. And as we spoke about earlier, you've recently received a medal. And I believe, or in fact I know, that it's the first military medal to be issued by King Charles.
Yeah.
So how does it feel to actually receive the medal?
Well, I think it's been long awaited, you know.
Yeah.
And obviously now it doesn't mean as much as what it would have done at the time, really.
Yeah.
But small mercies, I believe, they're especially.
And do you actually know the reason why it took so long, or no?
I don't think the British government wanted to admit that there was a problem.
Yeah.
And obviously most people think there was a problem, you know, and that's why they pursued this, I suppose, so long.
Yeah, exactly.
The Atomic Veterans Association, of which I'm a member, you know, pressed on them regardless on this issue. But, so we finally got a medal.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't think they wanted to admit that there was a problem at all, and I think that's been the main reason.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we'll just have to see where we go from here, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it goes without saying that obviously everyone that took part in that testing, you do deserve a medal. Like there's no ifs and buts about it. From my side, you 100% deserve the medal.
Yeah. Well, I can't say for that because you know I'm a recipient of the medal.
Yes, of course, yeah.
So I can't really voice my opinion on whether we should have had one or whether we shouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm entitled to my opinion,
Yes,
which is that, you know, that there should have been some recognition of some kind.
Yeah.
Because a lot of lads have lost their lives through this. You know.
That's it, yeah.
And that's it, really, in a nutshell, you know. I don't know where we go from here, but I think the government didn't want to admit that there was any problem because of the consequences of people claiming it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's what I think.
Yeah. And that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
That's it in a nutshell. Brian, I'd like to say thanks very much.
Thank you.
For sharing your story today. And honestly, I'm proud of you, and I'm saying you do deserve a medal.
Right.
All right. Thanks very much, Brian. Thank you.